tal amigos y amigas de On Running Review? Hoy tenemos un invitado especial, Olivier Bernard, CEO o co-founder de la marca On Running. You probably understand a little bit.
Yeah. You introduced me. I am a co-founder of the running brand. Yeah.
Ya lo ha dicho él, perfectamente. Olivier, estamos como podéis ver, en los headquarters que hemos venido de On aquí en Budapest para visitar un poco más o saber un poco más sobre la marca suiza. Here in Budapest, probably the best place to make an interview with you, with the World Championship, athleticism in 100%, so no better place, right?
No, I love the place, but as you said, it's always the pinnacle, right? When the best athletes meet and then you go to the meeting, having in the stadium. I think it's that thing that attracts us all, right?
Exactly.
Where it's happening. It's a beautiful stadium, and we discussed a bit, right? It's just how we are welcomed here as, you know, is it foreigners or just watchers, spectators, fans of the sport? It's amazing. I mean, I've been to many different events, World Championship, Olympic Games, Diamond League, but this is unique.
Yeah, totally agree with you. Lo decía él, estamos en un sitio ahora mismo en la cima de la montaña, los atletas al máximo rendimiento, las marcas, todos, y en este caso presentando On Running y un poco más sobre la marca suiza. I have a few questions. It's easy questions. I remember last time when I meet you in Switzerland in your office, I asked you for your best On Running shoe, and you answer me, you respond me, the first cloud surfer, right?
Yeah.
La primera vez que le vi le pregunté cuál era la mejor zapatilla para ella o la favorita de entre dos y me dijo la Cloud Surfer. Is still the Cloud Surfer your best On Running shoe? Only 1 year after 1 year, so
it's always hard. You know, I mean, funny enough, now I'm running a little bit more again, and I take a lot of shoes that we develop, prototypes to the mountains, but also along, you know, the river in Zurich.
Yeah.
There's one shoe, but I can't even tell you what shoe it is because it's not on the market yet. But the one shoe I really like because it's super versatile.
And you're not going to tell us anything, right? Ya nos ha tirado el primer guiño de que esta o que le gusta una que todavía no está en el mercado y que, bueno, de momento no me da muchas pinceladas. Okay, no worries. Maybe next year you can. El año que viene seguro que nos lo podrá explicar. Bueno, what was when you started in 2011, right? 2010, sorry. What was the strategy for the brand to get the consumers know about the clouds? How did you make it?
To be honest, at the very beginning, always as a startup, right? You want to survive, and you want to sell the first shoes. But how I got to convince my two friends at the very beginning, the first two employees, you know, when we founded the company, they bought into the technology. Yeah. They really tested the shoes. They looked at it and said it looks a little strange. Yeah. They put it on the feet. They went running and said, hey, that's actually pretty cool. And everything you tried to tell us, explain us, we feel. So they bought in. And they had very good positions in other companies. And I think it's still that we are based on the technology.
Nos lo comenta que fue una de las marcas que en ese momento se involucraron en el desarrollo de producto y bueno, ese fue el primer pasito para la marca, sobre todo para dar un poco más de pasos. How do you see the industry, the running industry right now? So what do you think are the main topics in let's say, the last year?
I think obviously, especially now being here now for the World Championships, it's these, you know, the so-called super shoes on the track, the spike shoes, the marathon shoes on the road with the high stack. And there's truly, we all know there's something to it, right? Foam, the new foams changed a lot. They got lighter, they got more responsive. They allowed us to place plates in the shoes, and helped the runners to go faster. And that's a given. But that's only one reason why the runners running these. But also they train in these shoes because it's less impact, so they can put more mileage, become better athletes in training, and then also perform faster. But I believe, and maybe I'm almost taking another question, there's also danger in that because more training, going faster, it's like in cars, you know, at some point the engine blows. So we have to be careful.
Ok, sí, ya lo he dicho un poco, tendencias, placas de carbono, un poco el entrenar también protegidos y con las máximas tecnologías. There's another topic There's a lot of topics in that industry, but there's one who maybe the brands are caring more about it. It's the sustainability. Yeah, that word, sustainability. Every brand, let's say, sustainability. You go to the websites and you see, hey, the upper of the new Cloud Stratus is made with 35, 40%. So how do you think the sustainability is going to grow in the future, at least in On Running? And what are you, let's say, trying to get better in that term? ¿Cómo va el tema de la sostenibilidad, sobre todo dentro de On, y cómo lo quieren mejorar de cara al futuro de adelante?
It's a super important topic for me personally, as a father of 3 kids, but also, you know, as a co-founder. It's not an industry that's well known from the past that it's super clean, right, and helping the planet. But that gives us also a chance to change things, right? That's always the good thing if you're starting from a bad spot. Hey, but we have to do a lot of change. We will do adjustments, and as on this, we said we are not going to play by the game. We want to be pioneers. We're going to change things very quickly. We're going to go to the extreme, and that's not only using the right materials and the right sources, but also how we develop shoes. How, you know,
the way you develop.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Okay, so lo que nos comenta un poco, que va ya no solo más allá, sino que quieren estar en ello y también en el desarrollo de todos estos productos, también cuando lo confeccionan, el carbono, etc. Last 2 fast questions, okay? So, as I said before the interview, I'm saying maybe On Running 3 or 4 years ago was the airport brand. Like, wherever you go, you will see in different areas in Europe, every people on the airports or lifestyle, let's say, shoes are wearing On Running. And now, during the last 2 years, let's say, the brand grow in performance, in training. You're not just seeing Cloud Boom Echoes, I'm also seeing Cloud Stratus, Cloud Monsters on the feet of the runners. What was the change during these 2 years? There's anything happen? I don't know, something like that. Now is the moment.
No, I don't think it was the magic stick. I think it's just time, you know, we're all consumers. Is it food, you know, groceries, is it sports product, clothing, cars, and sometimes you need time to adapt to a new brand, to a new technology, and I think it just took that 4 or 5 years, what we usually see when we open a new country, that we are accepted, and then again, you know, I think you're right, that airport brand image we had maybe for a while, but now you obviously see not only on the track of our athletes, but also beside the track, a lot of people are wearing the shoes. Is it in Hungary, you know, is it even in Africa, in China, in all the continents, and I think that just is you know, it's penetration, right? Exactly. You have to show up, you have to tell the story, you have to do your marketing, and then of course you have to build credibility with athletes, and that also took time to do that, and now we have a roster of great athletes.
Tiempo, la vida es tiempo, y On, pues 2010 que empezó, ahora va un poco ya cosechando también con nuevas tecnologías más adaptadas al corredor. Last question. We know the community is very important for running brands and running industry. You have your OAC teams, right? Both, we have actually 2 or 3 teams. What is the let's say the importance to get a team, an own team for the brand, and how they help you?
No, I think the team is like in soccer, right? I mean, it creates values or almost like a culture around the brand, and we want to do it in many different ways, because I think we talked about it a little earlier in some other ways, right? That saying sponsorship is just a way to pay someone to go and do things, and we don't believe in this. We believe in much more, that the athlete should work closely with us in development. There's only one reason, but maybe we can support them in legal, because we have a legal team at On, right? So, and then there's also a career. Maybe some young athletes think about education, and we can support them there. So there's much more we should do, you know, and care about athletes.
Lo ha resumido perfectamente, poca traducción. Básicamente, que lo que quiere es que no apuestan tanto por el fichaje, ¿no? La superestrella, sino, oye, ir desarrollando producto, confiar en los gente que tienen joven y en el desarrollo de ellos para que en el futuro, evidentemente, alcancen esas medallas. Okay, Olivier, nice to see you again, nice to interview you again. Hope to in 2024. You said in the meet it will be a great year for the brand. So best of success.
Nice
to see you again, Olivier.
Thank you.
Co-founder de On. Hasta la próxima.